What's going on, everybody? BrickBuilder here, and welcome back to another episode of Minecraft Vanilla Views, our 1.12 survival let's play. And we are going to be fighting the Wither to kick things off. But I'd first like to get just a tad bit of level 1 armor here. There we go. Prot 1, Prot 2, and projectile protection. I'm not going to complain about that. Just some temporary armor we can wear for now. I'll just throw these in here along with the lapis. But now we're going to be fighting the Wither because we need to get a beacon, whether that be a full beacon or part of a beacon or whatnot. We're still going to need the beacon. So what we got to do is we're going to go down in our cave to fight this, though. I don't want the creeper to follow me, but for some reason I don't think I have any other way. Yeah, because I did not bring a arrow, which is a pretty big problem, but at the same time it isn't. Because although we're fighting a Wither, and generally you need to have an arrow for that, we could probably just get an arrow from a mob down here, or at that point even we could just go no bow, because we probably won't even need the bow, being as we just have a giant room down here which we can use as a Wither killing spot. I mean, look at this, it'll work perfectly. So it looks like we gotta spawn our Wither. Let's do it right here. There we go, we got a Wither right there. So we're just gonna back up where we know it's safe. Let this thing spawn on in, you know? I'm not really ready to fight it. Hopefully it's not that big of a deal. Hopefully we could actually take it on, though. But we might not be able to. So that's the thing. Because it might outgear us, a lot. Because we're still only rocking, no armor, basically. And more importantly, we don't have an arrow. That's a pretty big issue, actually. I kind of wish I got an arrow now. Having the arrow would have been pretty useful, I think. But there we go. Let's head on in here now. Regen, come on. Let it come to me, I think, actually. Let's get rid of our Wither effect. Let's just get some health back. Let's just, do that sort of thing. Is it coming after me? There we go. There we go. This is gonna work. This'll work. There we go. There we go. This is the best way to kill a Wither in the vanilla Minecraft. And come on now. There we go. We almost got it already. We have almost killed this Wither. And okay, there we go. We have killed the Wither, and we now have access to the Nether Star. And we didn't die doing that, but somehow we died getting the skulls 3 times, which was pretty terrible. But now that we got this Nether Star, that's pretty awesome. It's just our first of many, probably, though, because we'll probably kill more Withers throughout the series, because we're probably going to want more than one beacon. But at least we got one, and we did it without even using a bow, which I thought was pretty cool, and no healing whatsoever. We just kind of went in, and we used the sword, and it actually worked out pretty well. I mean, I wasn't really expecting it, so, hey, if it works, it works. But now let's craft our first beacon of the world together here. And I don't really know where we're going to put this thing, because, I don't really know where I want a beacon at the moment. But we're going to have to get a ton of more resources if we're going to be placing this thing down in today's episode. And we're going to need 3 of these, and then we're going to need a ton of glass. So to do this, we can just do that, and boom, that is our beacon right there. We have made a beacon, which I will contain in here. Right, let's see, we can put that up there, yeah. We'll do that for now. But we're going to have to get a ton of resources if we're going to be able to use this thing in today's episode. So let's crack on with a bit of a mining session. Rather than going mining, since we're not going to need the beacon, I'd actually rather do some exploring, since we currently could benefit from that. So we're going to get a tad bit of exploring. We're going to just go in this direction, see what we can find, and hopefully get some pretty good items. That's what we're going to do for today's episode. Being as we're not even close, because you need 2 stacks and 36 blocks of iron, gold, and diamond. And realistically, we don't even have close to a stack yet. So for me to actually be able to grind all that out would take far more time than I have for today's episode. So we're going to kind of go a bit slower on getting that full beacon, because we're just not even close to doing it, and I don't really have the time or the resources necessary to get all of that very easily. So we're just going to bypass that. And it seems like we got a giant waterway here. So maybe what we'll do is we'll turn and we'll go this way. We could try that, As long as we can find our way back home, which we should be able to do pretty easily. And if we really have to, we do have an ender chest. Which what we can do in the ender chest is we get through all of our items, and then we can just, if we really had to, we could just, just kill ourselves basically in the game, and then we'll be good, because then we'll be back at 0-0 or spawn or whatever it is, and then we'll be good from there. And maybe we could also find, I don't know, like a nice cave or something to do some caving in. Not necessarily today, but we're going to need to do a lot of caving off camera, because to get all of that iron and all that gold is going to be a lot. We're not going to use diamond blocks, pretty obvious. It just doesn't make a lot of sense for us to waste our diamonds on that. And yeah, Depth Strider there coming in strong. And it would seem like we got yet another village, which also, I just realized that we have Depth Strider, so going across water actually isn't that annoying. But just look at that. That looks so cool. I don't know, do you guys think I should put something there? Should I put a base there? Should I do something? Or should I just kind of leave it? Let me know what you think, because it's kind of cool natural, but at the same time, like, we could throw something on top of this, put a little drawbridge across, or like a little string bridge, and then have something over there too. I don't know, what do you think? Should I do something like that? Because I feel like that could be pretty cool, and just yet another project we could be working on, you know? Because, like, as fun as the sandcastle is in the spawn village is pretty much at a point where it's most likely done for the most part, and to be honest, we don't really have any other big project besides the sandcastle. We don't want to only work on that project, so having a couple others could be pretty cool. We're gonna go in here. What do we find? Just a cartographer, some bookshelves though, and we'll just take those. We probably could have used a silk touch pickaxe, but it's just a little bit of wood, so no big deal. No harm there, you know. Let's just get in the books, because maybe we'll enchant those and make them enchanted books instead. Okay, well that village had not much, but whatever. We'll keep exploring then. Still better than nothing, that village. So, yeah, whatever. I would like to find, like, a desert temple, too, because I would like to fix up a desert temple at some point in the series and all that sort of thing. And we do need to get Prismarine as well, but we got lots of different things that we have got to get done in this world. But we got tons of time since the series isn't even close to drawing a close yet, obviously. We're going to have tons of episodes, and it's going to be very fun. So we need to kind of just pick a couple projects, get working on them, I feel like, and get them kind of cranked out and done. So we're definitely going to get the sandcastle kind of on the road in the next upcoming episodes. Expect lots of work on it. Now that we do have our beacon, we can, you know, kind of get that project going. But we're not really going to need to do much mining, so the beacon probably wasn't necessary. But that was more of just something I wanted to cross off the bucket list, you know, just have that beacon all set up. But I'm going to do a little bit of exploring, and I'll come back to you when I find something interesting. I don't know about you guys, but I personally think this spot is so cool. Like, it's almost like whenever I would play PE, like the Pocket Edition on my phone, I would always try to find a dark spot, and I'd always try to, like, use that as my mob grinding place. But that's pretty cool. I don't know what we're going to do with that area, if we're going to do anything with it. And, woo, a nice big forest over here. We'll definitely have to keep that in mind. These are the coordinates we're at right now. We'll definitely have to keep this forest in mind, because we kind of destroyed our little spawn forest that we kind of had our initial village set up in, but we kind of, like, wrecked that place. And to be honest, I don't really know if it was the smartest move. I kind of wish we could have lived with the world a bit more there, but it's alright, because we can always do that later. And plus, I'm okay with destroying the world if it means that we build something nice in the location, you know? Because that's something that's going to be pretty important, is that we can actually build stuff. And this area here, like this whole savanna, is very nice looking. Got lots of high cliffs and stuff like that, which we're going to be able to use for a future project, since I do want to do some savanna build, I think, at some point, because, like, it's a very nice biome to take advantage of, so it'd be very cool if we could make use of that. But what we need is, we're going to need to get some spruce wood and some dark oak wood. I don't really know when we're going to be able to get those. Yes, jungle wood is another wood we need, but not nearly as much as spruce and dark oak, since those are, like, pretty crucial to a lot of different builds, so having those would be useful. And I'm pretty sure, is this an extreme hill? So it would be. So that would be spruce right there. Hey, we needed that, so let's go gather a bit of that up. Hopefully we'll get enough saplings to be able to make do with them. But we're going to need to set up a spruce farm for sure, because we need to spruce up some of our builds. You know, no pun intended. That pun is so overused. But we're going to need to do that, so just give me 3 seconds here, and we will have this tree mined up. There we go. Give me a couple of the saplings right there. We got 2 so far. Let's go over here. We can mine these up a little bit easier, and then as these leaves decay, we can go for another tree. That's a smarter play right there. And we're gonna need stacks of this wood at some point, so I'll have to do a lot of grinding for this. And maybe we'll even set up a tree farm area in the world, because that could definitely be something we could benefit from. So let's do that. We gotta go up one more. There we go. We got the top. So let me get some more spruce saplings, and I'll come back to you then. And yes, there we go. Some more saplings. I already put the ones that I have so far in the ender chest, and we're going to put them all in here. And the reason why is because you never know when you're going to die. And at least if we die, we're going to make sure that we keep up the wood that we have. So I think that's good. But let's keep doing some more exploring, some more wandering, seeing what we can get. Hopefully, we can get some other stuff we need. Specifically, a little bit of dark oak wood would be pretty nice as well, since I do quite like using spruce and dark oak wood in my builds. Also, is there a water bucket in here? There is. Alrighty. Because you never know when we're going to need that. Like, if there wasn't water down here, we need to MLG water. But there we go. We're good. That worked out. Unless, actually, we probably could have just taken the fall damage. Anyway, since we do have the beautiful Feather Falling 4 boots, which are definitely a great addition to our armor set. Glad we made the boots first. But next, we got to work on some other pieces as well. I don't even know if we're going to make a chest plate, because at some point soon we'll probably be, you know, getting the elytra at some point. Since we're definitely going to want the elytra, it's going to be pretty useful. We can probably just bypass, like, the actual, like, making of a chest plate properly. We can probably just craft one and then just enchant it regularly, rather than using books from our AFK fishing farm. And alright, it seems like it's late out, so let me just go ahead and do that. So we can just sleep the night away. It definitely will work. And let's pick up a purple bed, which I do quite like, actually. And I'm going to start using the different colored beds and stuff. I think that'll be pretty nice as well. And I like that the skeleton, like, thinks it stands a chance against my power 5 bow. But, you know, we got this thing pretty easily with AFK fishing, to be honest, because, like, you just get 3 good bows and combine them, and there you go, you're set. We're in a bit of a birch forest right now. I mean, not that it's something I'm going to really need, because birch wood is not a super desired wood at the moment. It's just not something I'm going to need. But while I'm here, I'll probably mine up a bit. So I guess we could start doing that, since we are going to need some for the sandcastle project. So what I guess I'll do is I'll mine up a ton of this stuff, kind of while talking a bit about the sandcastle project. So essentially, it's just going to be a giant sandcastle, which is a cool thing. But it's just going to be another build. I don't really know what else is going to be around there, besides the fact that I know that we have a zombie grinder. And yes, it is just one mob spawner, despite the fact that we have mobs cranked up to 100 as far as dungeon rates are concerned. But I want to just have the one spawner, since it's not super deep in the world. Like, it's not in a cave. It's going to be pretty easy to build. And I just kind of want one close to the sandcastle and close to our spawn area, since eventually, once we have, like, our nether more set up and more fortified, we are going to be having, like, connections between other sections of the world. But at the moment, since we don't have that, kind of having everything near our central spawn is a clear advantage to us, as far as, like, not getting lost and just easily, like, transporting back, you know? So that's kind of why we're keeping the one single spawner as a thing with the XP farm. And I'm hoping to link it up with the sandcastle, so we can somehow get there using the sandcastle, like some hidden method of transportation inside of it. Although I don't really see us living in the sandcastle. It's not really a build where that's, like, the intention of it. It's not meant to be a house for us to live in. But I think that is definitely going to be a good build, and it's just going to be a good one to look at. It's just like another thing that when you come into the world, you'll be able to see and look at, which will hopefully amaze some people. It'll probably be a decent build considering the resources we're going to be quite limited in. And also the fact that we're playing in survival mode makes it a lot harder, too, for the actual wall detailing. So that's going to probably take a while, and the sheer amount of time it's going to take just to get that project, you know, finished. It's going to take forever. But it's not really going to be a project that we're going to be rushing. Although I do sort of want to get it towards a more completed state. I'm in no rush to finish it by any way, shape, or form. And I think that that's going to do us on wood right there. Just a little bit more. And alrighty. We got some more pumpkins. We're definitely going to want these since, I don't know, when the fall comes or whatever, if we want to do some Halloween thing, or I don't even know. We're just going to want pumpkins to begin with. So that's a thing. And let's just keep exploring here. Let's just wander and see what we find. Hopefully we'll get what we desire. You know, we still need a bit of that dark oak wood, which we have unfortunately not been able to get any yet. I mean, wither and exploring. Even if we don't find dark oak, I still think we did pretty good, since we now have, you know, the wither beacon set up. And then we also have, ooh, wait, it's in the distance. What's in the distance? Is that a dark oak forest? I believe it might be. That might be a roofed forest. Don't get my hopes down, guys. Come on. Leave a like if you want me to get a dark oak forest right over here. Come on. Let's see. Ooh. Wow, you guys must have left a lot of likes, because we have officially found the dark oak forest like we wanted. So now we got to mine up one of these trees here. We're just going to need to get a ton of saplings. And if you're going to mine these trees, it's easiest if you do a sort of like spiral staircase up thing, it really works pretty well. So if you want to try something like this, it does work pretty well. So we're just going to do this, and then hopefully that will give us a couple saplings. We're going to need to have a bunch of these, since the thing about dark oak trees is they have a pretty low sapling return rate. So the more of these trees that we can get sapling wise, the better, because like there's not many leaves on them for the amount of wood that they give. They're one of the smaller like leaf to wood log ratio trees, so it's pretty important that we get a bunch of saplings while we can, because I don't really want to have to travel out here anytime soon. You know, the whole point of why we're traveling here now is so we don't have to come back in the near future. So I'm going to get up a ton of these saplings, and I think that's going to about wrap it up for today's episode. So if you did enjoy, make sure to drop a like, and if you're at all new to the channel, subscribe. But I'll see you in another video, and let's hope we can get some dark oak saplings. Bye!